Welcome to my channel. I'm your girl, Sincerely KSO. If it's your first time to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome too. I appreciate you guys. So we have a song, requested reaction. The song is The Sound of Silence, and it's by a band called Disturbed. All right. I don't think I've ever heard this one before. I don't think so. I can't hear anything. Oh. I was like,
hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its scenes while I was sleeping.
wow.
And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound
I don't know if at some point during this song I wasn't breathing because I feel like I'm out of breath. Just a moment. His voice is just so powerful. It's authoritative. It's commanding. It has this Okay, so in certain parts of Africa, there's something called a town crier. He is the person in the old days that goes into the village. If there's about to be a war or there's an announcement by the king, he's the one with the loudest voice. But it isn't a shriek. It isn't a scream. It is an echo, a manly, not even manly. It's the voice the village would rise up to hear. Do you understand? It wasn't a scream. So when he started, that was what first came to my mind. It reminded me of the stories of the town crier who would go into the city, hitting the gong and speaking at the top of his voice. Because when the town crier spoke, your own voice couldn't be heard. You could be having a conversation with someone, like we could be talking right now, and if the town crier decided to speak in the marketplace, his sound, it was usually a man, his sound would overpower everyone else. That's what I'm getting when I listen to him. That is exactly his voice. It wasn't even the loudness. It was just the way it was. Just it took over, like it shut down every other thought that I was having prior to listening to him. He shut it down here, right? He just started. Oh, my body is so hot right now, and that's it. Then halfway through, because that hello darkness, my friend, that was how he started. That was the first thing. It's like, have I heard that before in a movie? But because of the theme, because of the way the instruments played and the drums and it seemed like there's an orchestra with him. Like there was a lot going on. I was hearing a lot of instruments, but it seemed like it was the sound. It must have, I'm guessing, I don't know, but I feel this was a soundtrack to something I've watched. I can't place my finger on it, because I don't have time to go back and do my research and come back to film this. I just listen and I'm throwing it out to you guys. So I don't have the time to go back and go, okay, yes, it was in this. I don't know, but I'm sure, after listening to it again and doing my research, Googling stuff, I'll find out what movie it was, or if it wasn't a movie, if I've watched the movie, but it has to be something, because it's not a strange sound. And the reason I'm perplexed about it not being a strange sound is, I don't know if it's not a strange sound because I'm familiar with the traditional way of making announcements and sending out warnings. I don't want this to shut down at all. I want to keep my eye on the picturesque woman. So it's so beautiful. And let's take a look at the lyrics. Oh my God. Do I want to go straight into the lyrics, or I want to take a look at the scenery, like the cinematography, everything going on? So when it started, I couldn't hear a thing. I'm looking at it as I'm talking to you guys. I can see a broken down piano, a harp, and a guitar. Then fire. Then the piano is melting. I can see the keys to that. Before it goes into darkness, and I can see the head. I can see his earrings. And before I really get a full glimpse of his face, I can see the metal piercing, which is, I just want to listen to it again. So it's so deep. It's deep, and he's just so, he's taking it easy, like, you know, he's maintaining his deep hoarse, and then the echo, he's like trembling when he says that sound. It's not, and he goes back into the deepness and then flows with the piano that is going, right? Trying to tell me the story again. Oh my God, it's too beautiful. If I go on, I will be listening to it twice and you guys will be so mad at me. All right, guys. So the lyric says, "Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again because a vision slowly creeping left its seed while I was sleeping." So darkness came, he went to sleep, and the vision came into his mind. But it's also, it could be a vision or a dream. Left its seed while that, so it did sow a seed, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains with the sound of silence. So what I'm getting is that he had a dream. He had a dream, and he's unable to express what he saw, what the dream, because he you know how with your dreams it's a revelation, it's with your eyes, but he's not able to express it. So it hasn't left his heart, it hasn't left his mind, and he's having difficulty in the beginning. Then it says, "In restless dreams I walk alone." Now he's giving us an insight to what he did, what happened in the dream. "Narrow streets of cobblestone." That is so expressive. I love that. And if you're wondering, I remember seeing my first streets of cobblestone when I traveled to London with my family, and neath the hollow of a street lamp. Neath, it's beneath. That's what he's saying with the hollow of a street lamp. Oh, so he was walking through, and it must have been nighttime. The street lamp is creating a hollow, it's creating light. "I turned my collar to the cold and damp." I turned my collar. So is that what he did? Like, he's probably doing this and walking through the street, the cobblestone street. "I turned my collar." This is the collar. He turned it to the cold and damp. So the night was cold. "When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence." So light suddenly appeared in this dream in the cold night by the street lamp. And, you know, there was a little bit of light. Neon light gives me the impression of, I don't want to say aliens, but anytime I hear that neon light, it's like, oh, green light, I'm lost for words. I feel my heart beating so fast. "And in the naked light, I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking." Oh, people talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. Anytime I hear people talking without speaking, I'm sorry, the visual I'm getting is like sewn lips. You know that kind of horror movie? Or like The Maiden's Tale, where they were trying to speak and nothing was coming out. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oof. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share. So these are all traits of unfulfillment, almost like a slave oppression. 10,000 people that were oppressed. So the light, the sudden burst of light, opened his eyes to see oppression, pointlessness, people talking without speaking. That's either pointless conversation, ignorance. It could also mean enslavement, oppression, people hearing without listening. That means violent control, not being, no exchange, no human exchange. people hearing without listening. That means just arrogance, pride, bad governance, like just wanted to be like a control freak. People writing songs that their voices never, that seems like people trying to pass on, writing songs, pass on the legend, the stories of wisdom, and their voices never got the chance to pass on the stories to make the world better. And no one dared disturb the sound of silence. But silence was too powerful, and they couldn't accomplish anything. So there's complete unfulfillment and dissolution. They didn't want to disturb the sound of silence. So they were so trapped by the status quo. They didn't dare change things, even though they knew they had to. Fool, said I, you don't know. Silence like a cancer grows. Yes, just like people who have been either raped or molested, if they don't find a way to let it out, the silence ends up causing even more damage, depression, pain, cancer. Silence like a cancer grows. Oh my God. And he's saying, hear my words. He's trying to break them out of that silence. Hear my words that I may teach you. Take my arms that I may reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops fell, echoed. Oh, they weren't listening. They didn't listen to him. And echoed in the wells of silence. So, you know, like when you throw something, if you've ever been to a well, I have, and I know what it looks like when you say hello in the well, it echoes. But it will only echo if the well is empty. Usually wells with water don't have that echoey. So it means that the well was empty. The attempt to, this is a lot for me. Take my arms that I may reach you. He's offering to help. Oh wow, this is beautiful. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. Nonsense. Why did they do that? Why? They're worshiping what they created, the disaster they created from the neon light. Now they have a neon god, and the sign flashed out its warning and the words that it was forming. And the sign said, the words of the prophet are written on the subway walls and tenement halls and whispered in the sound. Let's discuss it in the comment section, guys. This is a lot.